All right, bang, bang. Today is Monday. It is January 18th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. We got another snake draft for you. Big one today. It's a food-based category. We have Trent on Zoom. Trent, how are we? Thanks for doing this, pal.
Thanks for having me, man. It's a huge honor to be involved in my first Dog Walk draft. I got the call. I know we had a little bit of an issue last week. I was supposed to be on, and then I tested positive for COVID. Had a bit of a rough week, but we're doing it this week. I'm very excited. I will say it's a bit ironic that we're doing a food-based one when I can't smell or taste anything right now. But I don't think that's going to affect my performance. I think I'm going to do just fine. I'm actually quite nervous. Do people get nervous when they come on?
Everybody says that.
Literally every guest, well, just about, I'd say. Mm-hmm. Just about every guest is like, I'm nervous.
Trent, so yes. The key is to just don't pander, tell the truth, and stick to your own guns. And that's how you be successful at these drafts.
And that's why you'll be successful at this one, because I feel like you're a good road trip snack guy.
Well, that was the one question I had ringing around in my head was, do you do it for the public, like what you think they're going to like the most, or do you do it for yourself? And I ended up just saying, I'm going to do it for myself.
There you go, Trent.
If the public likes it, the public likes it. But that's the conclusion I came to.
Hey, Trent, some of us, welcome to the Barada gang.
That's why
some of us don't do that.
The guest average finishing position, if you round up, is fourth place. So out of the 44 drafts we've done, on average, the guest finishes in fourth place.
Okay. That makes me feel better. Like if people don't do as well every time, then I feel good about that. But I'm confident in my picks. I took notes. I haven't taken notes on anything in 10 years. So I just wrote a bunch of stuff down.
Did you talk to Robbie? Because Robbie is one of the few guests who has one.
I mentioned that I was going to be coming on to this, and he didn't really give me much advice, honestly.
Bad roommate.
Well, it's like they said, you could do it either way. You could do it true to yourself. You could do it, be like, hey, maybe this isn't my favorite, but I know it's a top tier it's whatever. But Chief is really just getting ahead here because he knows he's about to shit the bed again.
No.
Yes, you do. You know.
All right, you look at the traditional food categories haven't gone my way, even though I think my picks have been great. I do, before we get started on this one, want to give a big fuck you to Ken Jack for his graphic. The last time was disgusting. We got the Sooner Scoomer turned over. We got a blurry version of from 50 yards away of Smokey when Dave got to, like, you can just picture yourself going ugga ugga on his ears. You can't even
I want to do that. I want to go ugga ugga.
You can't even see Smokey's face, which is an adorable dog. And same thing with the Buffalo Ralphie, and same thing with the Miami mascot. Like, he took the worst pictures available to screw me, and I still almost won. And it's just like there's collusion and corruption going on with this podcast.
You're saying that there was, like, he was instructed to do that?
I don't know if he was instructed or maybe given a bag of some kind by Ed here, but it was really disheartening to see.
Slander. So, Trent, here's where we take 5 minutes and just yell at each other. So, excuses for 5. Sorry. So
that's totally fun.
Yeah, sorry. So first and foremost, Dave, congratulations on winning the mascot draft.
You shouldn't have won.
I hardly promoted it whatsoever, and
it's anonymous now, so you don't have to promote
Second, I don't know when Barada Gang is going to take a look at their leader and realize what this guy's doing.
What am I doing?
Honestly, like, I'm
asking for fair play.
You're both enemies to me in this draft.
Kenny Complaints. You're Kenny Complaints.
He's Kenny Complaints for one.
If I don't stand up for myself, who will?
I mean, you think you have this like army of followers that, and yeah, the Barada Gang is a weak, paltry group. They don't come out to play ever. They're the loud minority in every single way.
No, you don't. This is a fundamental. You don't understand the Barada Gang. The Barada Gang votes how they want to vote. They're not just yes men. I get Barada Gang people saying like, "Hey, love you, love the Barada Gang," but my heart is telling me to vote for Carl this week. My heart is telling me to vote for Dave this week, and I say, without any exception, you do what your heart tells you to do.
You did pull a big rope-a-dope on last week's draft.
How do you figure?
Because I talked about with Carl. And listen, credit to you. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to create your narrative, like, sure, you did it.
What's the rope-a-dope?
So we just did the draft. We're like, all right, it's the last day of college football. We want to do this now. But it's a college mascot draft. I said that off the top. But we're going under the guise that we're not using teams that only have basketball. So you got to have both. It was never a football draft.
Yes, it was. It was related to college football.
No, I'm going to just quick interjection here. we were trying to figure out what mascots are in play. We were trying to determine and qualify the inventory for the draft. And so it came up. It was like, are we doing D1 schools only? Is it D1 AA? And then we did the Power 5 conference draft earlier or whatever.
Yeah.
The sweet quarterbacks. So we were going to follow those same rules to say you have to have, the mascot has to be for the football team. But it wasn't judging so when Eddie's like, yeah, I picked Blue Devil, it wasn't like, well, that's a bad football mascot.
No, but it does change how you would look at it because
definitely. I just think we were all on a different page, I guess.
Yeah, well, because they're not running Ralphie out onto the basketball court.
I know.
They're not bringing Bevo out for the opening tip-off. That's just not what happens. So this, if we're framing it as football mascots, then it has to be
I know. I guess we weren't though until we were like, let's narrow it down to football. So we take out a bunch of other schools. It's limited to 136 or whatever, and then we'll keep it going. And then it's just the only pool. We should have just kept it everything. But regardless, whatever. But
he should have been able to take Blue Devils and argue it as a phenomenal college basketball mascot.
Sure.
Our only qualifications for the mascots were it just has to have a football program attached to it.
I'm sure
you couldn't take the
Blue
DePaul Blue
Devils
team in.
at
well, because
games.
college football, that implies that that's only their football mascots. No, it's both. You know?
I was assuming that it was we talked about it being football because football was that night was the whole reason for that draft. We could run that back in March Madness, and everybody has to pick one of the 68 teams that qualify for the tournament.
Yeah, but I think it's I think we blew our load. I think our mascot.
I don't, because if you're going to take the Texas basketball mascot, there's a plush guy with a Bevo head that is the basketball mascot that you can take instead of the live Bevo. That's to me
True.
That's a very distinct difference. Bevo is football.
Okay. Regardless,
I got fucked.
I don't think you did.
Second
about
place
next
again.
week. So like Dave said, you've already seen by reading the description of the episode, today is the official Road Trip Snacks draft. We called Trent on because we want to paint the picture, okay? Trent is a nice Cedar Rapids, Cedar Falls. What is it? Sorry, I fuck it up every time.
Cedar Rapids.
All right, I don't know why it's stuff Falls. Sorry. So Cedar Rapids, Trent, you're back in the Midwest with us. You caught the train to Chicago. We're all loading in, all 5 of us into a car. We're driving down to fucking Pinehurst or something, and we need some snacks for the car. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's what this draft's going to be. There's 5 subcategories. You get a drink. You get a sweet, gummy, fruity type of candy. You get a chocolate candy. You get a chip, and then you get a miscellaneous. Now, all this stuff has to be found inside a gas station / convenience store. I don't want Chief saying, I got the sugar plum Danish at the Starbucks that's connected to the gas station. That's off the table, Chief.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I agree to all the terms.
All right. Now, Carl, did I get everything right there? Is there anything else here before we continue?
Yeah, I think it's just the context is we're in a car together. It's the 5 of us. We're going to this convenience store because we're not getting lunch. It's your classic stop over at a convenience store, grab a bunch of shit. We're going to do another 400 miles. We just did 400 miles. We're doing another quick 400. We don't have time to go look for an Arby's or a Carl's Jr. or whatever. So, but it's the 5 of us. So I just think, and I think time of day, we've already been on this road trip. Let's just say, whatever. I don't know. We're deep into the road trip, but it's not we're 2 hours out.
Yeah,
from
we're
our
filling up
destination.
the gas tank. It was quarter tank of gas left. We're at a BP in the middle of fucking nowhere, in the middle of a cornfield, and we're loading up on snacks that you can get there.
And this is an important distinction because sometimes you do your snacks at the start of the road trip, which is great. That's exciting. It's like shopping for school supplies as a little kid. You're like, ooh, I know when I'm going to eat this one. I know how this one's going to play.
Yeah.
So this is kind of, we're restocking inventory. We're refocused, but we don't have fast food available.
Yeah, and this is like poker. Put your best five card hand up possible together, okay? So we'll see what happens, who's got the best bag at the end. Here is the draft order. It's myself, Trent, Carl, White Sox Dave, and then Chief. So I'm first again, not by choice. I had last option.
How do you feel about that?
Not great, but I think I got a good number 1.
Did you have a spot you want to draft coming in today?
I think mid was a good spot for this draft. So I like where you're at. I like where Dave's at. Trent's in a good spot.
I think 4 is good. Yeah, I like 3, 4, 5 might be too late. 2 could be too early.
Yeah. So 1's tough, but I think I got a good one. But before we do continue, though, I want to talk about Roman real quick here. Obviously, most guys have tried different ways to last longer in bed. But thinking about baseball, thinking about road trip snacks, thinking about college mascots doesn't always work. Dave, you can't just fucking think about, a traveler from USC.
Right, you can't do that. It doesn't work. That's why I use Roman. It comes in a nice little packet that you can put in your wallet that's nice and concealed. Can carry it around for whenever you might need it. Just rub it on, let it dry. It doesn't transfer to your partner, and you're good to go for like hours and hours and hours on end.
Yeah. So if Nala and her fuck me eyes slip into your brain mid pump, then you're gonna be
Lola
fine.
Bunny.
Yeah, you're gonna
or
be
Lola
fine.
Bunny.
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, if you want to have sex with a cartoon animal, like that's not, you need these. It's clinically proven. That's the way that's the big word, clinically proven. Okay, they're effective, easy to use, fast acting, don't require prescription. Like Dave said, unmarked packaging, easy to use. Take it out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry. You're good to go. All you got to do to get your hands on these is go to GetRoman.com/dogwalk. You can get your first month of swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. That's GetRoman.com/dogwalk. Go get the swipes, people. It's that simple. All right, so let's kick it off here. The official road trip snacks draft is underway. First pick, I'm in the clock. I mean, like I said, not the best spot to be in, but I think a cornerstone of a road trip is you need to stay awake, you need to stay energized. I got to go with Red Bull, number 1 overall, and I know there might be better beverages, but Red Bull is the jolt to everything.
I thought there was only one way that you personally were going to go with the number 1 pick, and it was not Red Bull in any single way.
Really? I
don't hate it for the number 1 pick, but I thought there was a layup number 1 for you personally, and for Trent, which I think I know what he's going to take next, but I'm surprised. But I would agree that it should be a first-round pick. At least first drink off the board.
Yes, good rationale. You just listen. You're doing 400 miles. You need to stay awake. You need that. Gives you wings.
It's a good pick.
Size, flavor, because now that the graphic says Red Bull, so we're past the point where we know what the official draft pick is. But for purposes of conversation, I do think Red Bull decision making's kind of like a unique thing when you go to a grocery store. Christmas time, I like the cranberries. Summertime, I'll take like an orange one, flavored one. I'm usually in between the 8, 12 ounce. You've had a tough day, you go 16. Everybody knows when they've reached for a 20 ounce, too. Nobody's proud. So I'm just curious, Ed, in this point, like where you stand on.
So typically I just go with the standard 8.4, I think it is. Road trip style, I'd probably go 12. 12 ouncer, you need that for a road trip.
And will that hit you right away?
For some reason, like I don't think Red Bull is the best tasting energy drink.
It's not.
But I think it's the best working for whatever reason. Like for me, it hits me, so it will hit me right away. So that's why I'd go Red Bull for a
I like that their standard serving size too is 8.4 ounces. When they came out, they did it. I just get uncomfortable when I drink larger size energy drinks. I'm not going to name them, but when they come in like the 24 ounce cans, like the tall boys, I'm like, this is a lot.
Or the cap can.
Yeah,
I used to pound one of those before every baseball and football game.
It's meant to be mixed with alcohol, but you're just like, I'm just gonna take this top little.
The cap can is meant to be mixed with
alcohol? I think so. I think that's what it's for. It's like, I'm going to take the
good people who make those cans would never say that. Just putting that out there.
All right. Trent, you like Red Bull?
I do like Red Bull, but when push comes to shove, and I'm not to give away any potential picks in the future, I like coffee more than Red Bull. If I need a jolt of energy and I need a kick in the ass, I just go straight black coffee down my gullet as opposed to a Red Bull.
That's fair. That's
totally
very fair. But, listen, we didn't say what gas station we're at. You're playing with fire with gas station coffee.
That is true.
You're playing with fire. But
That's true. But a pretty good bet when you're drinking gas station coffee is that it's probably going to taste like shit, but it's going to give you what you need. Like, I'm not going there for taste, but it's because truckers go in there and they're like, I need coffee right now. And so it's built for those guys.
It's going to be strong.
Yes, you're good. It's going to be very strong.
How's the Casey's coffee?
Delicious. They have delicious hazelnut coffee that I would get when I worked as a security guard. When I would work third shift and I would have to stay awake, I would stop. There was a Casey's basically right next door to where I worked, and I would just get as much hazelnut Casey's coffee as I could, and it'd keep me awake all night.
I know exactly what coffee you're talking about, and it is good. I like the cappuccino too from the same machine.
Yep.
It was excellent.
Casey's got it all. Casey's
is
Their
fucking
is
legit.
Surprisingly good. Yeah.
Casey's legit. All right, Trent, you're up. Number 2 overall.
All right, so I'm nervous about this pick. It's either going to go over really well or people are going to be like, get this guy off the draft and never allow him to come back ever again. But my first pick in the dog walk draft of road trip snacks are sunflower seeds.
Trent, I personally like it, but it does not come with its disadvantages.
It takes it off my board as a clear 4th, 5th round pick I had circled that I thought could win me the draft in the 4th or 5th round. I think it is first round value, though. I did not see any of us taking it.
I love sunflower seeds. I don't love them for a road trip.
You don't love what?
I love sunflower seeds if I'm sitting outside or basically if I'm just outside. If you're driving, I don't know that sunflower seeds are the best bet. You got to spit them somewhere. You got to spit them out your window. They're flying to hit the people in the back if their windows are open.
You're not spitting them out the window. You get
you get the water bottle.
And you spit them into that. And let me try and justify my pick because I feel like it's not going that well. But it's basically if you don't chew, it's your alternative to chewing.
Yes.
And it gives you something to do if you're driving or if you're sitting on a long trip, you throw a big old wad in the side of your mouth and it gives you something to do. It passes the time. And I think you need that on a road trip like that. All the other snacks, you eat them and it's just endless and you keep eating them and you keep eating them. But with sunflower seeds, it's work and it passes the time. And if you don't chew, and I don't, I've tried to chew so many times in the past. It just doesn't work for me. It makes me want to throw up, and it makes me have the spins. So I just throw seeds in as a substitute, and I think it works in very much the same way.
You get the oral fixation.
Yes.
That's not what I thought you were going to go with. I don't hate it as a second overall pick at all.
What a dirty game Chief is playing.
I know.
Who in their right mind is going 80 miles per hour down the highway, spitting seeds out the window?
Yeah,
people do that.
What a dirty game this Barada guy's playing. I'm disgusted.
You're trying to flip the narrative. It's been going on for weeks. I think that's a legit, if you have, I don't want to give away picks, but there are other, let's just say, shelled nuts that you have to, if you have to discard part of it, it's not, I don't think that makes for the best road trip snack.
I hope he drafts it.
Wait, but then sunflower seeds as well. Like you said, I like the fact that it gives you something to do the whole time. You're constantly, going. It's keeping you up. You got something in your cheek. The downside is if you're the passenger, so assuming we're not in your car, Trent, assuming that someone else is driving, if there's one seed on that person's ground on the car, you're instantly an asshole. It could be one seed. You know what I mean? That's the downside of sunflower seeds. Because it's like this fucking
I don't know
Trent.
about that.
What the fuck? This guy got seeds all over my fucking back seat. That's a
Those David seeds, the tall, slender bags too. They have a high spill rate.
Yeah,
so you might have a lot of seeds. You might lose a lot.
I think if you're driving in a car on a road trip, 1,000+ miles, going to Mardi Gras or something, that it should be it's a given. It should be.
It's implied.
It's implied that your car is going to get kind of trashed.
You want to open up the door when you get there and have fast food things fall out.
Yeah,
exactly.
but there's a difference between a wrapper of something versus a fucking chewed up seed from Trump.
You're going to have to vacuum the car. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You want to stop off at a Casey's that has the quarter vacuum size.
Yeah. I don't listen. I listen. It's definitely a good pick. I don't know if I like it at number 2 overall, but I think it should have been drafted. So.
I came into this thinking that Chief and I were pals.
We are pals. We're pals.
Are we?
Yeah, we're pals.
He tries to slander every pick to.
That's not true.
That's what he's doing.
True. I'm not slandering anything.
So far.
Okay.
Great pick, Trent. Let's just do that.
The main critiques came from your end of the table. Was all I'm saying. So I really thought with sunflower seeds, and I know I think I know what the number 1 pick that people wished we had all taken is going to be, but I really thought in this group especially, although I know there are some guys who dip in the group, that they would take sunflower seeds. I thought that was going to be an underrated lock pick.
I love the pick. I mean, I really like the pick, I should say. I don't love it, but I really like it.
I appreciate that.
All right, Carl, you're up.
I think Ed has the number 1 beverage. I think Ed got the number 1 drink at Red Bull. I think Trent got the number 1 or 2 miscellaneous. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. My brain is still rapidly going through miscellaneous stuff as we're drafting. So I just want to give some credit to a couple picks because I'm thinking I do like drink, I do like miscellaneous, but I think consistent with good draft strategy, NFL and whatever we're drafting, not just us. I'm saying drafting period. Get best value available. With that, I'm going to the chocolate category, which I think is pretty thin for a road trip. You have to manage the chocolate appropriately. I'm going with the travel bag of peanut M&Ms. And so I'm just going to take the number one chocolate. This is my left tackle, my edge rusher, somebody I can kind of plan around. I don't think peanut M&Ms wins me the draft, but I have your attention, and I'm going to try and do a good job second, third round.
This is the second time you've taken peanut M&Ms.
They were my first chocolate.
It's there, man. It's there.
It's a reason.
Yeah, it's a great, like, that to me, I agree, is the number one chocolate.
Yeah, I you can't
Someone
hate that.
says, hey, can I get a couple? You can
But
just
like
hand
you
them
said,
to them.
it's not winning you the draft.
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
a steady first round pick that nobody can argue with, but nobody will be like, oh, that's an awesome outside
Front
the box
seven
pick.
player.
You
for
got
sure.
you got a starter that you can pencil in for the next 7 years.
Hopefully
Yes.
it's Patrick Williams.
He's
too.
got an innings eater. He's got an innings eater right now.
Good, solid innings.
But he's
eater.
hoping to get other things, other places. But you have a good innings eater.
Appreciate that, Ed. Trent, I mean, as a kid, Halloween candy, where evolution of your appetite for peanut M&Ms historically?
It's my number one M&M, no doubt about it. And I would argue that the peanut M&M should replace the regular M&M as the regular M&M. Because I think regular M&Ms are garbage. I think they're a waste of time. I think they're a waste of space. And I really think the peanut M&M is far and above the most superior M&M. And I don't even really know what comes close. Like, yeah, I like peanut butter M&Ms. That feels more like a special occasion. A peanut M&M is like right down the middle, fastball, 98 miles per hour. It's just, you can't miss. It's a great pick, Carl.
And the animated guy for the commercials is way more lovable. The peanut M&M.
That's true.
He's a way
The other
better.
guy's an asshole.
He's a
the
dopey
red
one,
one's an
right?
asshole.
Yeah,
He's more dopey.
He's the fat dopey. Yeah,
Well,
he's
it's
a nicer.
It's a shape. That's how he was born.
That's also true. But he's he just seems like a nice guy.
He does.
The red one,
Like he could sit in the back on this road trip.
It's like Harry and Marv. Like Harry's a complete
comparison.
total asshole, and Marv's just like a nice dopey guy.
It's like Mike Wazowski and Sully, for sure.
Yes.
All right.
I've said this before. Peanut M&Ms are the one candy I'll ever impulse buy. Like when you're checking out at a grocery store, you see the little rack right there. That's the one I'll ever buy.
Snag it. All right, Dave, you're up.
I can't believe.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
That-
I think I know too. I'm pretty sure I know.
I'm
All right.
ready to poke holes in it.
Go ahead and try. I can't believe Trent passed on it for one. I thought that Ed would go with it for number one. I'm going with beef jerky.
Yep, I knew it. I fucking knew it. You stink like shit, Dave.
Why do
You
I stink like shit?
You
That's a
smelled
fucking-
up the whole car,
If
you
you-
motherfucker.
That's
Beef
very
jerky?
inconsiderate. It's very
Beef
inconsiderate.
jerky is it's smelly. It's a smelly item.
It is not smelly.
Inconsiderate.
Yeah.
It is not smelly in
Wow.
any single way. It's a very I'd say just dull smell.
Roll down the fucking windows, Dave. You smell.
I feel like the only way you can have beef jerky is if you're driving. Like it's your car. It's like, hey, fuck you. You want to get in my car? I'm eating beef jerky. But if you're a passenger,
That is absolutely incorrect. And then I'm not even going to listen to your
Listen,
slandering.
I thought about this. Beef jerky, I know it's a good road trip snack, but it's good for one person, and it's
Yeah.
a person consuming it. If you're not consuming
buying
it,
this
it
for
smells.
yourself. You're not going in there and saying, "Hey, it's not like picking up a restaurant tab. You're all going in there spending $10-12 on a bunch of shit
If
for
you-
yourself."
I know, but we're like
it's in a road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you tried to eat beef jerky on a plane, I feel like you get entered on like a no-fly list. Like that's
you guys are talking like you're
Carl,
grilling salmon.
Love
Love me some beef jerky, Dave. I think it's a great pick. I
can't
like
believe
teriyaki beef jerky. I think it's appropriately
kidding me?
priced. I think somebody likes beef jerky.
See, that's
Here's
my
the other
one
thing.
beef
We
with it.
miss lunch. Lunch is closed, man. I think it's a good protein source, especially if we're looking at protein sources available. But that's just me, guys. I'm not afraid to eat some beef jerky. Is it a first-round pick? Is it a first round? Now, do we want to talk about it as a pick? I think it's there second. I think it might be there in the third round even. I think a lot of people might let it go.
These two are stopping
based on
off
how much
for
you guys
egg
hate it.
salad sandwiches after their beef jerky.
That's outrageous to compare the two.
And I like where Dave's head at. It's like, what does he give a fuck, Chief, if you want his beef jerky or not? It's his beef jerky.
Yeah, you're not going in there saying, "Hey, like I'm getting a bunch of food for everybody." You're going. Everybody's going in there. Some person's taking a piss. One person's filling up the gas
I
tank.
don't want to smell
You're
your
all-
fucking Slim Jims.
That is.
Don't
Get the fuck
How
out of
you
my
could
face.
put
You're talking
Slim Jim and beef jerky in
yeah,
the same
that's-
category is pretty
Slim-
offensive.
That was
Slim-
intentional. That was
Slim Jims don't smell, to my knowledge.
True or false, Chief? Have you ever had beef jerky?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beef jerky is-
of course
Carl,
he says.
you have to say it smells, though.
I mean, I think it smells.
We've had it in this office, and it smelled up the office.
but
pungent.
Remember?
when people take
I don't
out
think
beef
so.
jerky, I'm like, hey, can I get a piece of beef jerky? Like, I just like
Yeah.
it. I like chewing on it, especially teriyaki beef jerky.
I go
Man,
Berto's personally.
It's gonna be
sometimes Jack
fucking.
Link's. The only thing that's bad about it is its price, like Trent said years ago on Twitter, like it's imported from Mars.
That said, I don't want to be chewing for an hour. I don't like picking beef jerky out of my teeth.
Bad
so there's
price
some
point.
stuff. Yeah, it's a high price point.
Bad price point.
It's like
it would have been cool if we did this with
pack.
that's.
My next door
I hate
neighbor.
to do this to you, but if we had a budget, maybe that would have been a wrinkle.
Oh,
We
yeah.
should have done that.
Full
No, we
prices,
should. Don't
right?
do that to Ed. I don't want to upset Ed.
I'm
Middle of
just
the podcast.
saying-
Hey, Ed, this is how you could have done this better. No, next time
Thanks, guys.
we'll do a draft with a budget.
At some point, well, there's how they have those things that go viral.
Yeah.
The 5, 4, 3, 2, $1. We should maybe incorporate that at some point.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
We could ask Jeff D'Lo to commission a full draft with a salary cap, and we can ask him and somebody else to like populate what's our population of picks we could have? What is it? Price it out, and then they send it to us the night before. We'll study it, and then we'll show up. We'll draft it,
That'd
and then
be
you can
pretty good.
release that information.
That'd be
I'm going to
pretty
shut
good.
up now.
Beef
It's
jerky.
a good pick. Beef jerky's it's a fine pick. It's not appropriately priced. It's a little too expensive, and I probably should have picked it looking back on it, but I'm still happy with sunflower seeds. But it's just beef jerky's. It's a little too
I
expensive.
think beef jerky is consummate with a road trip.
Unbelievable. 80 miles per hour. It's going to be stinking. We're going to have to roll down the windows. It's going to be like a helicopter,
You're acting
Chief. Chief, I'm not going to be able to hear you. It's
I
going to stink
whipped
so
out
bad
a
'cause the windows
fucking
are gonna be-
salmon
that
fillet
sound.
and started microwaving it in the car.
Salmon's delicious and smells way better.
No, it
than beef
doesn't.
jerky.
What? You're a sick fuck.
It tastes good. It's a good meal, but it does not smell better.
It's like letting loose a skunk in the car is what you're doing with that.
Yeah. Unbelievable. All right,
All right, Chief. Let's
you're
see
up.
what you got.
Oh, boy.
Well, this is
Yeah,
gonna be hard.
he's already given the sigh. He hasn't even made a pick yet.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is going to be a tough one for me.
Sure, I haven't acted like it with your criticism.
Well, I'm trying to take
Seriously.
everyone else down because I know my picks are going to be trash.
I want
this
that
week.
clipped right there. I want that clipped.
I mean, these are all fair criticisms, though.
Tanya Harding, motherfucker.
And I gave Carl credit for peanut M&Ms. I thought that was a great pick. So I'm always honest. I think whatever. I'm taking Monster. I don't trust gas station coffee. I think Monster is a far superior product and brand to Red Bull. I like the Ultras the best. Those little 10-calorie ones with no sugar. I think that
No,
is
you
the
don't.
best.
Nobody actually likes those more.
Of course I do. They're way better.
They're not. They taste like shit.
The white or the blue can?
Yes, they are awful. They taste like fucking carbonated, like weird water. That isn't.
You're
all
way
right,
wrong.
I put Diet Monster on the graphic.
That's not called Diet Monster.
Well, put
He's
what it
giving
is.
his preference.
Sugar-free Monster.
That's not what it's called either. So you don't even know the product line.
I know exactly what you're talking about,
Well,
and
you
it's
can't-
awful.
You haven't.
No, Chief. Well, I don't know. Never mind.
What? Say it.
Well, I was saying, Chief drinks these.
Yeah, I bring him in.
but I
I've
also
had him
don't-
in the office.
I don't know how
before.
much Dave, but you might. So I was.
And it's the same line of thinking. Like you're on
So,
a road trip, you need to stay awake.
If you're getting on a road trip, you drafted Monster, correct? You're getting a green and black can.
no, I just said what I got. And
Okay, so put that on the graphic. Then.
Are we doing the same for Ed? Does he have to have the 8.4 ounce sugar free or the cranberry or what? No, we just let him have Red Bull. we just let him have the whole company.
But we're not talking size. If you want the
Well,
8 ounce,
they have different
If you want the
SKUs.
8 ounce Monster,
They don't make an 8-ounce Monster to my
I want
knowledge.
sugar free on the graphic, or I want the
Put
diet
fucking
version.
Ultra on there. It's
Can't
called
do it,
Ultra.
Dave. Can't do it.
Why can't you?
Because Eddie gets Red Bull.
But he did. He wanted
You get
Red Bull.
beef jerky,
If Red's, or
but you get all
if
the beef
Red-
jerkies.
Did we
If
not?
Ed's
He gets
walking
all
into
the-
a gas station, he's getting this standard Red Bull.
Yeah,
you
I
specified
think-
it separately from the regular Monster.
No, I took a time.
You want the
we
regular
said
Monster
at the
on
time
the graphic.
Ed made that pick. I said, listen, Red Bull's going on the graphic, but let's hone in exactly how do you
Right.
approach because there's so much variety.
Yeah.
So I that's when I had committed to like you're just drafting that
I'd like to take the umbrella here for
to see way easier.
fuck. Here's where it gets confusing though.
Why? Are you anticipating later round picks?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm fine with having-
just having Monster.
I'm fine with having Monster or Monster Ultra, which is my number one, which I just got for Ed. Like, I don't know, last week I went to the gas
The
station.
blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is the best one. It's something I used to drink before when I used to work out. I used to have them before that. I'll have them on road trips. I'm very loyal to that company and that brand. They were very good to me in my life. And it's a better product
Same
than
here.
Red Bull.
I don't disagree.
I think it
with you
tastes
there.
better. Like I said, I really do. But
Yeah,
think
good
Monster
luck at your
tastes-
Xbox tournament this weekend,
then
Chief.
I don't disagree with anything you just said, but
Then what
like,
is the?
because it's I think a pander pick.
It's not a.
to an extent.
Come on, this guy's graphic, his career is like Monster integrated.
Graphic,
they
I understand.
Paid his salary for a little bit.
They paid mine too.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. That's all I did was move Monster. So indirectly, they were paying my salary.
All right. All right.
Fort Worth to Corona, California.
Who has a closer tie to Monster, you or Chief, Dave?
Chief, that's fine.
It's a fucking monster off.
But to say that they didn't affect my career, they greatly affected my career. My old
Monster
one.
wants to sponsor the show too.
But what I'm saying is, I know Chief very well. Known him for a long time now, and he is never one time gonna walk into a convenience store and pick up that black and green Monster, and that's the one that'll be on the graphic. I know it will.
That's absolutely true.
Yes,
that's just that's like too many extra calories. Why would I?
It's poison.
Why would I have the same amount? Like, if I could have a 10 calorie drink or a 0 calorie drink that has the same impact on my energy levels, or I could have I don't even know how many's in there, 450 or something like that.
A lot,
maybe more.
A ton.
Why would I ever choose the green one? So that's
understandable. But the green and black one's going to be the one on the graphic, which is my.
He has Monster.
I have Monster.
What's your second pick, Chief?
Well, now this fucking guy.
I'm sorry.
I think I bring up
I had to
and that concludes the first round.
Yeah,
Holy fuck! We're like a half hour in.
A pander guy who's dishonest would take dip right here. That would be the pick to take.
It's not a snack.
It's a miscellaneous.
It's not a snack.
That I know. I had dip on there too, and I didn't know if it was going to be allowed.
Chief, it's quite literally not a snack.
Fine.
I'm sorry.
You're right. Okay. All right.
Nice. You want to play this game? We'll play this game.
What game?
I'm gonna.
There we go. He's taking macadamia nuts next round. You're fucked, Chief.
Right. Exactly.
Unsalted.
Some California almonds that cost $15 a pound.
Fuck yeah, unsalted. Let's go.
Organic.
Yeah, organic.
Straight
from the nut tree.
All right.
You like that?
He's on tilt right now.
No, I'm not on tilt.
A little bit. You're a little on tilt.
I'm not on tilt. All right. I'm just gonna go with my favorite. My favorite snack. I'm gonna have this in the chip category, which would be Cheez-Its. You give me that bag of Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its. I think that you get the burnt ones are great. If I have the full SKU, I like the reduced fat ones too. Cheez-Its are what?
Passive aggressive right there. Description.
Why?
You're talking about the low fat ones as a reference to the Monster talk we just had. But continue.
How is that passive aggressive? That makes me think you don't know what passive aggressive means.
I know exactly what it was.
That's not passive aggressive at all. I'm taking fucking Cheez-Its as my chip, and I think that's better than anything you're going to find in that aisle.
Trent, where are Cheez-Its in your chip hierarchy?
It's pretty low, honestly, because it doesn't have enough flavor for me. When I eat a Cheez-It, it's very light flavor. Like, I want to be punched in the mouth by chip flavors. Like Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos, like that.
We don't stop naming products, guys. Everybody, we got to slow down. We've been naming a lot of fucking picks here.
I'm sorry, but long story short, I'm not a huge fan of cheese. I'll eat them in a pinch, but it's certainly not my priority.
That's exactly how I am. I don't really like any goldfish cheese. Like, I don't like them.
See, those are two of my top ones.
To each their own?
Yeah, to each their own.
To each their own.
Mm-hmm. Goldfish and cheese.
I understand that's a good second round pick though, because it's very popular.
Like I'm like the plain guy. Like, I don't want to keep.
No. Like I'm on the same page with Trent, but like people are gonna like Cheez-Its. People do like Cheez-Its.
Yeah, people like
But
Cheez-Its.
even if you're like, hey, like you can have the Parmesan kind, I'd be like, nah. I want the original.
I think the white cheddar Cheez-Its are out of this world.
See,
Again,
not my favorite. Not my favorite.
I don't think you're dead yet, Chief. I think.
This is not my category. Some people would punt. I'm not doing that.
All right, White Sox, Dave. Here.
I'm going to the chip category. I think there are a lot of really good options. I'm going to go with the one that is my favorite. And I'm on record as saying I don't particularly like potato chips in general all that much. But these I could eat like by the fucking truckload. I'm going Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Ooh.
Smelliest guy in the car.
You can make an argument for the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I don't think they smell, but now you're going to be the smelly guy with the beef jerky, and
Dusty.
you're going to get your red fucking fingerprints all over my interior.
And he's going to be licking his fingers during the COVID pandemic. Like, this is disgusting.
You can't have Flamin' Hot Cheetos on a road trip. I hate to say it. You need to be sitting on your couch, not going anywhere, not touching anything. that I don't know. Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Haven't seen 3 cheese.
You have a bottle of Purell right next to you and a couple of wet naps. It's a road trip.
But like, I don't know. That doesn't seem like a mobile snack.
It's not.
Like, it definitely is. You get the little fun bag that's got like 8 chips total in it, or like Cheetos rather.
Not a great value either, apparently.
Flamin' Hots you get at the end of the night. You leave the bar, you go to the gas station, you pick up Flamin' Hots, and you sit on your couch and you pass out.
I need to get out to Iowa just to experience the late night gas station trip because I can't say I've ever made one of those in my life.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've obviously done that a lot. And Flamin' Hots were a popular pick at the end of the night, just because you wake up the next morning, you got your hand is all red, but nothing's not a problem because you didn't go anywhere. I just think having that in a car, yes, it's going to smell along with the beef jerky, and I don't think, and not everybody's going to love that. If you're thinking about sharing, people are going to eat those and they're going to be like, well, now I got to pull over because I got to throw up.
Yeah, he's going to be complaining and saying, dude, it's so fucking hot. Anybody got some water? He doesn't have a beverage yet.
They're Flamin' Hot Cheetos. They're not melting your face off like a fucking ghost pepper hot wing. You idiots. They're not hot. They're like,
I can't believe this. Trent, if you're dry, your interior is fucked, man, if Dave's in your car. But I'm interested to see your beverage because you got to pair Flamin' Hots well.
That is true. We got to get Frank to tank.
Yeah, I know.
Something like
but Flamin' Hots are good, to be clear. Dave, I actually think 1, 2, people are gonna like your draft a lot so far. If they listen, they're gonna be
swayed because you guys are like
making coherent arguments.
Yeah. No, so have I. And I think like I can totally see the stinky fingerprint, like stinky smell and fingerprint argument for. I can't see the beef jerky smell. If you leave sunflower seeds in a cup, that stinks way more than beef jerky does. You consume all the beef jerky in one sitting. The sunflower seeds just sit there until the next
chewed
stop.
Ones?
Yeah, the chewed ones.
It's not a bad point.
All right, Carl, you're up.
So I like this quick story before I pick. I think the first time Ed and I went out to New York for Barstool, because Trent, we bring this up because we talk about late night gas station trips, and very significant in my neighborhood as a kid, we would like go to the White Hen or the 7-Eleven. And so we were like, I don't know if we were leaving or we were getting into New York. And I was like, Ed, what do you like New York? You lived here. You're like, yeah, it's okay. I like the action. Not a lot of gas stations. Not a lot of convenience stores.
It's true.
And there's something about you saying that, Ed, that's always stuck with me. So whenever I'm in New York now, my eyes are peeled for not like a bodega. I mean like a full-on 7-Eleven, White Hen, even though they don't exist.
There's this
it shook me to
by the office.
It shook me to my core the most when walking around Manhattan and not seeing a gas station. It was so weird. I'm like, where do these people fill up? There's so many cabs.
Yeah, you'll see a 7-Eleven every once in a while, but they have the Dwayne Reed's, which is like basically a CVS, and I have one right under my building, and that's where I go to get my gas station fill because they do have all the snacks and all that. But yeah, there's not a Casey's, there's not a Come and Go, there's not a Quick Trip, there's none of that. And
they don't have the smell either. Yeah, the Dwayne Reed smell is way different than the Quick Trip smell.
That's true.
Yeah, and I did when I first moved out here. I lived in Brooklyn. And there were no 7-Elevens, nothing like that. And it was just bodegas. And those are a whole different experience. Like, it's not really even a gas station. There's usually a couple cats in there, and there's just a lot of flavors of like 7-Up. And that's really all you got in there. It's not what you're looking for when you're coming from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Next week, bodega draft with KFC. Okay.
Tom.
I just wanted that little personal interjection there because I know gas station, convenience store is close to our hearts. All right, 8th overall pick, 2nd round. I'm taking Gatorade as my beverage. I think it's the number 2 beverage, but I think it's just a steep cliff after Gatorade. I like Gatorade. Electrolytes, you're sitting around for a while, especially get older as a guy. Maybe if you're getting in the car, you had a couple beers or something like that. It's good for me. The carbonation of a pop. I do like pop with pizza. I do like pop around the house. But not so much with a road trip because we have so much sweet and salty, but at the same time I'm a sucker for the sweet flavor of a Gatorade.
What color are we talking? Not that I'm saying that for draft purposes, just out of curiosity.
No, but see, that's where it gets tough though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not changing, don't get me wrong, but that's where it gets tough because, Gatorade flavors are stand on their own so much because, I mean, we have 30 years with those. You know what I mean? Like we have, but whatever. You get Gatorade.
But I'm not gonna say it.
No.
I know. There's one I really want to talk about, but we don't talk about.
Well,
future
I don't
picks.
think anyone's gonna draft it.
What?
But because it stinks. But let's say Carl took Gatorade, and someone else came back and took Propel. I wouldn't care about that.
Propel's good though.
No,
but I'm not I'm not taking
brand.
the Gatorade. I mean, I'm just taking Gatorade. I'm taking that portion of the cooler, like how you went in. You got the portion of the cooler that's the Monster. You got the portion of the cooler that's Red Bull. I got the portion of the cooler that's. And a lot of Gatorade variety these days, guys, is in packaging. It's not in flavor. So it's like you have red, yellow, orange, blue.
Well, that would be my next question: is which size?
Yeah,
Just the cup holder one. It fits in the cup
the
holder.
32 ouncer.
The 32 ouncer, you got to hold the whole time.
I put it in my crotch, and it's great. I don't know.
You got to get the tall one with the little, nice,
You guys.
the nice tip bottle.
I like
That's
purple
true. That's
G2
nice.
is purple
The tip
G2 in a
bottle's
20
great.
ounce bottle is my favorite if I'm thirsty. If you're cozy. I mean, I'm probably the only guy who actually doesn't mind orange Gatorade.
I love orange
like
Gatorade.
it.
I like it.
That's it's my I'd say 1B.
You like the tip bottle, Dave?
I do. It's convenient.
Yeah.
Especially for a road
You
trip.
know
Oh,
what
there's
I worry
nothing
about-
better than showing up to the fucking ball field as a kid with the sport bottle that
Yeah.
could squeeze and had the ridges in it so you could hold on to it.
It's like
Sorry,
it's like
what were
the
you saying, Trent?
laces on a football.
I was gonna say, what's great about Gatorade is it's got the wide mouth on it, and if you need it in a pinch, somebody can piss in that bottle. If you don't want to pull over and you don't want to stop,
It's very
you
true.
can really multi-purpose the empty Gatorade bottle and have somebody take a piss in it. I've done that before.
Great call.
Last thing I want to say about Gatorade, some other beverages, if I open a Gatorade, I then have a very long window to finish that Gatorade. It's much longer than a Red Bull, and it's much longer than a Monster. If room temperature, it's a little bit more resilient to temperature change.
It's a fair point.
So
It's a fair point.
Fair point.
Well, I don't know about that last point.
I'm saying resilient to the temperature change from respect to I can tolerate it.
Oh, but it will get
If
warm more
if I
quickly.
had if I had a soda pop, not naming any brands or
Yep.
but if I had a soda pop, that thing starts to get lukewarm. It's like ooh.
But that will in the can will stay colder longer than in a plastic bottle.
And I know you know that.
It's true.
And I know if I asked for a PDF on it, you have a guy who could send it to me.
I could dig it up on my own computer.
Chief used to work in packaging, if people didn't know.
Second round.
No, but honestly, I feel like that's a fun fact. People should know that. Trent, you're up.
Okay. For my second pick, I'm going to go with the gummy fruity category. And this is a very personal pick, but I think a lot of people will enjoy these as well. Sour Patch Kids, probably my favorite candy in the world. It's a people pleaser. I've never met a single person who doesn't like Sour Patch Kids. And pound for pound, I've eaten more Sour Patch Kids than anything in my life. So if I didn't have this on a road trip, I'd be very upset. So second pick, Sour Patch Kids.
White Sox Dave, you raised your hand, so
I don't like
Sour
Sour Patch Kids.
What do you tell me what you mean when you say that?
I don't like any of that sort of candy. That's why I literally have all the categories listed out with different things I would draft. I have gummies blank because I don't like that kind of candy.
Trent, I love Sour Patch Kids. I like sunflower seeds. I am concerned for your oral health on this trip. I feel like that
Do you have a dentist on tap?
You're going to have the dryness and the saltiness from having all those sunflower seeds. You're going to follow that up with the Sour Patch Kids. Your mouth is just going to be torn to shreds.
What are we doing here? A road trip is like a bachelor party. You just all health and all fitness and all that goes out the window. Don't be telling me about my oral care when I'm sitting in a car for 8 hours.
I'm concerned that we're going to get to
Trent,
hour 3 and you're going to be like, man, my mouth, it's like I'm uncomfortable. I'm
Have
in
you ever
pain.
had
Chief,
sunflower
you're-
seeds in for hours on end? It chews the fuck out of your
Does.
cheek.
Chief, you're getting barotted. You're getting barotted. I mean, Trent, you're getting barotted.
I'm trying to help him.
No, Trent's
I feel like somehow I'm the enemy. All right, yeah, I moved out of the Midwest, okay? I don't live there anymore. And I feel like you guys are spiting me for it.
well, it's fucked up, kind of.
I am concerned about Trent. I just want, I don't want him to be in pain or discomfort.
I also don't want to hear White Sox Dave telling me that the sourness hurts his mouth when he's shoveling Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I'm not
into
talking
it.
about
Like,
the
that's
sourness.
fucking-
I'm talking about strictly the texture and the taste. I just
Yeah.
don't. I've been on record for years saying I don't like
But
this
here's Carl, you got to jump in too because I know you like these. Sour Patch Kids are awesome.
They're great.
stuff.
After
100%. I know
support.
I'm in the minority
Like
here.
Trent, very worthy second round.
I think there's I think there's variability amongst our gummy play here. I think it's certainly a tier 1 gummy. But the way that we can power rank things and you say, oh, it's clear 1 overall, I think this is a second. I'm not there with gummies, but I can tier them, and I think Sour Patch is definitely a tier 1 gummy.
Yeah, easily.
Where Drinks has, hey, this is 1 to
Easily.
me, this is 2 to me, this is 3. I can only tier gummies. I can't get 1 to 2.
Two things. Now, does this my only one knock on Sour Patch Kids, and this is with a lot of the gummies. A lot of times they're too hard, and when you get a bad one, you get a bad pack. It's tough. It's a tough one.
They're too hard?
Yeah, you never had ones that like
They're
it's sat on the
stale,
shelf. They're a little stale, sat on the shelf for too long. You've had that before.
I mean, so now his
if you've
Chiefs are
ate them that much, like come on.
It's been a long time, and maybe never since I got a hard.
Really?
I feel like it's
Sour Patch
more
Kids.
common with Swedish Fish,
Yeah, you get a hard
but
one.
that is the thing. Like your gums are gonna be all chewed up, and then you're gonna have your fillings ripped out by these hard Sour Patch Kids. So I don't know.
What are we doing there?
I'm concerned about you.
What do you want from me, Chief? What do you want from me?
I want you to care about you as much as I
and I
care
would-
about you.
All right, now and then
I'll eat so many Sour Patch Kids they're gonna have to start sawing my feet off. I don't care. I love them so much.
and then my next question is: does this take off all the Sour Patch family?
I think
Yes.
so.
Carl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So watermelon are off the board.
Yes.
You guys ever throw Sour Patch Kids in the freezer? I know it's a big John Feidelberg move, and I've been doing it, and it's fantastic.
I have. It's great.
I never have. Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's to me. I got 2 picks. I'm shocked it got back to me. I'm very happy about it, though. And this is what I was going to say is the outlier for the draft. But now that we're sticking with it, like I'm fine with it, I'm taking Doritos.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do it.
And that's why I was nervous about the whole monster argument, because there's such a big difference between Cool Ranch and nacho cheese. But
If you have the whole
if we're
family.
keeping the whole family, I'm more than happy about that.
Weren't you highly critical of Dave for having messy fingers, though?
Yeah, there you go. It's the exact same thing, Ed.
No, it's not.
Get the fuck out of my
no,
face.
it's
They're
not.
dusty. They're not to that degree, but
Yeah.
You're having messy fingers. You're good. If you
Smell
went-
way worse than beef jerky too.
if
Doritos do?
Oh, they're
They're bad.
very pungent.
Very pungent.
They're pungent for
Well,
sure.
I mean, we made a big deal about the aroma of beef jerky in a car filled with us 5.
And the thing with beef jerky is it's gone in 2
yeah,
minutes.
but you don't get people complaining about the smell of Dorito. And that's
Yes,
true.
you do. That's,
no, you don't.
No one's complaining about the smell of beef jerky either.
Oh, they do. Big
Absolutely
time.
not. You've never
I
gone
got,
on
I got a buddy who pounds those beef sticks on the road. I'm like, dude, really? Why do we get big beef sticks all the time? But regardless.
I think Doritos are a more widely accepted smell. A beef jerky, I think, does raise a few noses. I think Doritos, people have been around them for so long, and they've been around for so long that I don't think people care as much about the Dorito smell.
I agree. But
Okay.
so I'm very, very, very happy.
He's hypocritical Ed today.
How am I hypocritical?
You're talking about me getting my fingerprints on everything. If you're telling me hold on, let me finish my argument.
Okay.
If you finish a bag of Doritos and go and wipe your face or wipe your the back seat, what's going to happen?
It's going to get over it. Don't get me wrong.
It's not going to
I
be any better than or worse than
I think
Flamin'
it
Hot
would be
Cheetos.
worse. I think Flaming Hots do leave a thicker dust on your hands.
Flaming Hots have more dust, but they both have dust.
I think there's only one way to find out.
We'll have a dust off.
Danny!
We're going to have a
Tell
dust
Dan,
All right,
actually,
It's fine. Next week we'll have a dust off.
Oh, see if
You want-
Danny.
we're gonna have
see
a
if-
dust off.
We'll have a
let's
dust
see if
off.
Danny can get back from the gas station by the time we finish the show.
I
Or
am
we'll
not-
do a video
Well,
next week.
No, it's all right. We could wait. Sorry, Dan. We'll do this next week. We're official. The first dust off.
We're having a dust off.
All right. Trent,
I'm
you're
excited.
gonna watch the dust off video?
You got to wipe it on like this.
Without
Yeah, it'll have a nice
Yeah.
contrast.
Yep.
We'll do it
All
on
right.
the moving
All
blankets.
right. Sounds good. Official dust off. First ever dust off coming next week.
dust off, dust up,
Dust off, dust up, dust.
dust.
All right. I got another pick here. Here's where it gets kind of tough, I guess. I'm gonna go with chocolate, actually, and I'm going to go with. I know we already bum wrapped it, and I know I took it in the Halloween draft, but I still feel great with peanut butter M&Ms. I still feel great with them. I think the same thing.
Whoa.
Oh, you get them all. Oh, we didn't establish that at the first time.
Yeah,
So I
It doesn't
apologize.
matter. He gets them all.
But now Carl's gonna be mad because he's gonna want peanut M&Ms on the graphic, not M&Ms.
Well, that's because peanut. Yeah, I didn't take. I'm
I
just gonna
know.
say M&Ms.
Well, are you
If it's a
vetoing?
picture
his-
graphic, it's going to be a picture
Ooh,
of.
we have a conundrum.
We do have a conundrum.
We have a
We
conundrum.
do have a
I
conundrum.
don't. Let me think through this for a second because there's really like 2 products that come out of this draft. There's the people that are listening to this right now, and then there's just the people that see the graphic, and then there's like all the stuff that comes from that. So, for purposes of this podcast, I don't think you. I don't think it's even. I think it's actually disingenuous for you to even suggest it based on what we've already talked about. Because you're putting me in a position now where it's
How
like,
is
well,
it disingenuous?
Because we did this with Monster, we did this with
No,
Red Bull,
I honestly
Gatorade,
didn't even
We're gonna
think
have to
about
do
it
this
because
with
it was
Cheetos, too.
before
just
Monster
did it with
happened.
Doritos.
Disingenuous. That's like a fucking.
Well, you're going. Oh, I didn't. I mean, I think you're sneaking one in here.
No, that's crazy.
Are you
Well, I
I don't
vetoing?
think he's doing that.
Carl,
That's crazy.
Carl, are you saying that you have all M&Ms? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if I want to make that claim because if I make that claim, then I don't want to get screwed on the graphic with the brown bag.
We did.
Right.
We did just say not only for Monster and other ones, but also another candy where it's like no one can take other Sour Patch.
I know. That's
So he took Sour Patch Kids.
Make them take Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
I mean, it's not even a veto. It's really.
We got to work this
What
out.
are we looking
Yeah.
at the rule book here? We're interpreting it.
I don't know. Yeah,
Okay, so you're bringing this to us in.
I can't take it. I don't think. I don't think I can take it.
I think you can.
I don't think.
think so?
I don't think.
I
he
don't
can.
think I can.
I don't think he can, and I think Carl
What do
should
you
be able to
think, Trent?
keep peanut M&Ms.
I think you absolutely can. I think you should be as exact as you want to be or can be. Like when you say Doritos, there's a million Doritos flavors. Like, and there's some that are way better than others. Like I would pick nacho cheese Doritos. Boom, you put that on the graphic, and it doesn't knock out any of the other
Should
Cool
we
Ranch.
just start the whole draft over?
I know. But I think we're at the point of no return. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Trent.
What
I don't
about
know.
drinks? We keep drinks open, or drinks branded, and then candy we can get specific, and I'll let you take that. And if someone wants to take Sour Patch Watermelon Kit, Dave already has Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Does that mean Dave has all the Cheetos?
Yeah, right. I was just about to ask.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to do.
Wait, how have you guys done it in the past with a category like this?
Sometimes shit just it just pops up, and you're like, fuck.
Ed, I want you to grow some balls and show some gumption and put the foot down.
All right, I don't think it's draftable. But now the big problem is what goes on the graphic, and I know how much this man cares about the graphic, and that's a concern now.
Well, I care about my draft record, and
Yeah.
I care about the fact that I come in here prepared with a list and a strategy, and I like.
We have our first ever self veto.
He self-vetoed.
No,
But I
it's
don't know
not a
why.
veto.
What is this? What
He
is
just
your
said, "I
veto?
can't take it."
What does it have to do? I don't know why it comes back to my
Because
first round
it
pick on
should
the
say
graphic.
M&M. And
No,
you don't think so?
because he peanut M&Ms is what he wants.
I know, Chief. But what I'm saying is, do you want you?
We've come to a realization at the end of the second round that's gonna impact.
But you just argued with Dave. Do you realize that he wanted to
Yes.
put the blue can and the white can, and you're like, no, I get it all. Like you are arguing against your original point.
Why do you have a say in the presentation
you.
of my pick, though?
Thank you.
Right. So, but my point is, if you remove the peanut from his first pick and it's just M&Ms, so he gets the whole catalog, then that drastically reduces his draft.
Can we compromise putting M&M but having every flavor on the picture?
I don't
Because
think
I think
so.
that helps.
No, I'm
All right,
again.
I
I'm
don't really give a
startled why
fuck.
we're coming back to the graphic and how you potentially picking an M&M in the third round is now
We got leadership
devaluing my first round pick.
White Sox Dave just put you in a
I'm not
pretzel.
the commissioner.
Thank you.
He just put you in the walls of Jericho. I hope you know that.
I don't know what that means.
He just
I
put
think
you
it's
in a
wrestling
sharpshooter.
reference.
When you took Red Bull, you took regular Red Bull. You didn't take sugar-free Red Bull.
Yeah.
You
that's
took
what,
regular
that's what
Red
I'm
Bull.
saying. That's what's going to go on the graphic.
Yeah,
Right.
so like
All
you
right,
get
so
regular
then-
Red Bull, but if you took diet-free Red Bull, you took whatever sugar-free Red Bull.
Yeah.
Sugar-free Red Bull would be on the graphic, and someone else couldn't take regular Red Bull.
But could someone else come back and take sugar-free Red Bull?
Not
and be
anymore. No, that's what we're arguing.
Well, I mean, can we?
No, that's what we're arguing.
This
I
is the
couldn't take-
biggest
yeah.
conundrum.
This should
I've
go
seen
to
you
like the
do.
Supreme
Dude,
Court.
it's literally as simple as saying that
No, I just said I can't take it.
you have the category, but it should be up to us how we present
Fine.
that draft
Fine.
pick on the
Fine.
graphic. Then,
Fine.
if we're that hung up on, I'm not that hung up on the graphic because I think it should be peanut M&M, and I don't understand under any set of circumstances why it would be like, oh, now we're gonna make it say M&M because I didn't
fuck
draft
it all.
M&Ms.
I'm taking Reese's. Okay.
Cups.
Yeah,
Okay.
taking Reese's.
Now, does that give you every Reese's product?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
No. Oh, okay. All right. So you're just like Reese's
You
Cups,
just-
Reese's Pieces, Reese's.
I asked after Trent drafted Sour Patch Kids if watermelon's still on the table. You guys said no. You said no in particular.
Yeah, I said no.
So like, why
and then
would-
I came back right here in this moment and said, "Do we want to be specific because we
No,
have
we're
Doritos and
past-
we have Sour Patch
I
Kids?"
think we're past the point of no return.
I think so too.
I think we're past the point of no return.
I also
we're 3
offered up
rounds in.
generalizing drinks and being specific within these categories too.
I know, but
I offered that up because if you look at the board right now, we can be general and miscellaneous because we have sunflower seeds and beef jerky. We can be general with drinks because we have Red Bull, Monster, and Gatorade. And we can be specific with snacks because we've got Cheez-Its, Flaming Hot Cheetos, Sour Patch Kids. Like, all we would have to do is just agree that someone else could draft watermelon Sour Patch Kids, and then we would ask you to specify what Dorito you want, and then we would allow you to take peanut butter M&Ms. Those are the only changes that would have to happen.
What do you guys think?
I'm like lost right now.
I honestly, when I said earlier that we should have to start the whole draft over.
No, it's you and it's your argument who stemmed this because you guys
how do
argued.
you figure?
Because you guys argued. You and Dave was like, all right, so you're taking the white one, you're taking the blue one.
I'm fine. If you want to say put Monster Ultra on there,
All right, then we'll want to do that.
Fine.
Either way, I
but
don't
then
care.
he has to pick a Gatorade flavor.
All right,
too.
fuck it. We're staying with it. I'm taking Reese's. All Reese's off the board. Trent,
Every
you're up.
Reese's is off the board?
Yeah.
I just made a great suggestion where we just get specific
But
on the
you
snacks
just
and
said
we leave
no.
drinks general.
But he just said he just brought that up.
But
and
that
you
was
said
counter
no.
to my suggestion. My suggestion was that drinks stay general, miscellaneous stays general, gummy is specific, chocolate is
So
specific,
you're saying only candy
chip
stays.
is specific.
So only candy stays.
But then he has to do something with his Doritos too. He has to pick a Dorito flavor.
Yeah, because Dave picked a Cheeto flavor.
That's true.
So it's
Try that. I said that, but then you don't want to do that.
That's fine.
It's fine.
All right, that's fine with
so
me.
just to be clear, drinks are general. If I take
I'm
Gatorade,
confused.
all right. If
Trying
I
to-
take Gatorade, Red Bull, Monster, those are the product. Drinks are general. Miscellaneous is general. Trent took sunflower seeds. We didn't say it had to be David. It could be whatever. You took beef jerky. We didn't say it had to be Umberto. So those are general categories. Within that, the other 3 categories, we want you to pick exactly what the snack is.
Deal. I like it. Let's run.
So Cheez-Its, Flaming Hot Cheetos, Sour Patch Kids, Doritos. So what we would be asking then in this case is for you to specify what your favorite type of Dorito is.
That's fine with me. That's fine. Do you, Trent?
Well,
Trent, don't hold back. Tell us.
my like if I'm gonna pick a drink potentially at some point, which I'm going to, and it's a specific drink that is different than the original type of drink. What goes on the graphic?
Well, are you saying you want like Riptide Rush? Is that what's going on here for Gatorade?
No, it has nothing to do with anything that someone has picked already, but it is a specific kind of a drink.
Yeah, you have input on how it's presented on the graphic, I think, then. If you are like, hey, I want to be specific, I want this drink. I think you can.
We need new leadership.
The leadership.
See, I think
is
Chief came in
bad.
here to undermine things.
That's what he's doing all day.
I'm not undermining Ed's commissioner ability at all. This
What
is
do you
a
want me
very
to
confusing
do?
thing.
Everyone's on the different pages.
I think it's the role of the commissioner to set forth before we start specific guidelines. And
Oh,
rules.
fuck off!
How many times did he ask us if we were all on the same page about this? Like
Apparently we
we
were.
said, yeah, we all put our hand on the Bible and said we're ready to go.
Thank you. So what are we rolling with?
Reese's cups, right?
Reese's.
I guess this
Yeah.
is
All right. I'm rolling with Reese's.
My issue with Reese's cups is when I'm driving, I like something to pick continuously at. Reese's cups, you're done in 2 bites.
And they're so much better when they're cold and frozen. You're
Right.
gonna have doo-doo fingers.
I think
Chocolate doo-doo fingers.
They're fine. They're fine. Regular. They're fine.
You gotta eat them immediately.
They're fine.
If they're sitting on the dashboard.
They're
Not
fine.
good.
They're fine. Reese's is great. Reese's is awesome. Trent, you're up.
Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna do a drink here, and I want it to be Code Red Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Then do I have all Mountain Dews, and how does it appear? On
Yeah,
the
like no one's gonna come over the top and take Mountain Dew now.
Yeah.
Like that's. But on the graphic it says Code Red Mountain Dew. I mean, I think that's fair, right?
Everybody has
Yeah.
their drinks now other than me, and I'm not going to draft Mountain Dew, so you're good.
Code Red Mountain Dew.
Okay, then I choose just a bottle of Code Red Mountain Dew.
That win our pop draft too, so that's a good pick. I think. Who you took it, right,
I
Dave?
took it, yeah.
Yeah. What did Frank the Tank say? Said it pairs well with?
I I forget.
Steak? No.
No, that was the cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke and steak. Oh, man.
Nice
My head
sirloin.
hurts. I hope everybody listening, I hope your heads are okay, because mine hurts.
Yeah, do we want to publish this? Like, is this something we want to put out there?
I mean, I think we have. This is like the Burger Gate. It's like it's like, like this is like Alprez doing the Burger Gate.
Yeah.
Code Red's a good pick. Carl, you're up.
So I have a drink I love. I have a chocolate I love. I'm gonna go into the gummy category here, and I'm gonna take Starburst. I'm gonna take that bag of Starburst. And the reason I like Starburst here on a road trip, especially with gummy, if I can just grab the gummies. I don't have to unwrap them. I eat it like fucking popcorn at the movie theater when you're like a little kid. You're done with it before the previews even start. And then you got to have like the driver pull over in like an hour because you're going to shit your brains or whatever. So I like the fact that Starburst has a built-in obstacle that slows me down on the road trip.
What about this? You guys are bitching about sunflower seeds getting on the floor. There's going to be wrappers everywhere.
That's a cardinal flaw of Starburst.
Mm-hmm. The other problem is now you're not driving, are you?
Yeah, I think we established we're in the car riding. No? Okay.
That's
I mean,
how
either way, we didn't establish anything, but we're
That's
just
how
saying
I
hypothetically, if
took
you
it,
did
yeah.
take a driving shift.
Starburst is going to be tough.
But
Got to drive with your knee a little bit.
yeah, but they hold up real well. They last for
They
they'll
do.
last the whole trip. They'll last the time we're there when we check into the hotel,
Could
when
take
we
a
hit the
trip next
bars.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Starburst are around. And I just for gummies, they stand alone because I think there's some others, and you can be like, oh, that's like this. This is like this. I don't think there's a gummy that is like Starburst except for, and I don't like to spoil it, but no one's taking Now and Later. That's pretty much the only
That's the
thing.
worst one.
Yeah, and that's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Starburst is, I mean, besides the wrapper situation, Starburst are awesome.
Do you have a favorite Starburst flavor?
Red, but number 2 for me is yellow, and everybody thinks I'm a mutant for that. So
That's me.
No. That's correct. That's the correct order. It goes red and then yellow. Yellow is a top Starburst flavor, and the world just isn't ready to admit that.
No, you're the most yellow biased motherfucker with your Iowa Hawkeyes.
Wait, what?
That's like an Iowa thing.
I think
No.
on Halloween when you got the fun size and you got and it's like the lottery, if you got a red and a yellow, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, like pink is incredibly overrated.
I like pink too.
We have that many yellow guys on this podcast?
I like
That's the
yellow.
only one I like.
Yellow's the only one you
Or
like?
is there an orange one? I
There
feel like
is.
Yeah,
I would like an orange one. I like orange.
I feel like
everything.
I'm on another planet.
I think it goes red,
terrible.
yellow, orange, pink.
I think pink's above orange.
All right.
But anyways,
thanks, Trent. Thank you.
White Sox Dave, you're up.
I got to go to the gummy category. Unfortunately, I mean, these are edible to me. I don't truly enjoy them, but I think they're the best of the rest. I got to go Swedish Fish. Like I said, I don't like anything really gummy. I never go out of my way to consume it, but if they're sitting in front of me, I'll have a few Swedish Fish.
I kind of took not some heat, but I took some criticism for Swedish Fish in the Halloween draft. But Swedish Fish are good.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're good. I like to pick Dave.
I think it's fine. I mean, that's the only one I could go with. Like, I don't know. I don't want to give draft picks away, but I don't like gummy shit in general. And Swedish Fish, I can live with.
All right, Swedish Fish off the board. Chief, you're up. You got 2.
I'm going to the gummy category here as well. I feel like it's the only good one left on the board. I'm going with Skittles. The travel bag. It's something I do in the airport for whatever reason a lot. I'll stop off at one of those Hudson News places and get like a thing of Skittles oftentimes. So I like Skittles. I don't know if people have a problem with Skittles or not on the internet, but I think it's a very solid candy. I'm happy to have it in the 3rd round.
Everybody loves them.
I think
Perfectly
they're
fine.
above Swedish
It was a
Fish,
first
too.
rounder for me in the Halloween draft, so I'm a Skittle guy.
Okay.
The fucking
yeah,
purple ones
perfectly
are purple
good
wild
third
berry
round
are
pick.
awesome.
The only criticism with them is they got to go back to lime. The green apple greens stink.
Ooh, there's green apples. Won't do it.
Yeah.
Can't. Do
I don't hate them, but I know a lot of people are on that,
Yeah.
so I get
You
it.
can't miss. You can't miss with Skittles. Skittles are,
Skittles
are
are
Skittles.
Skittles are good.
I think they have the best bag out of those types of candies, and I know everyone's going to say the bag similar to everybody. I think the Skittles bag is a little different. I think it's easier to open, and I think it has a higher resilience to like external forces. Like I think if we tested a Skittles bag versus an M&M bag, like the Skittles bag would hold up better.
I
think it's more.
You might be onto something there.
The M&M bag's more paper based.
Yeah, and the one's like plasticky for Skittles.
And then you open it, and then you just down the gullet, like you just
like
pour
they
them
just
right into your mouth.
Fall out of that bag.
Yeah.
Way different than other bagged candies do.
So I'm energized. I got the Cheez-Its. My fingers are clean. I'm feeling good so far. I'm going for my miscellaneous category here because I think I can get my chocolate in the last spot. I'm taking just good old-fashioned bag of peanuts. And what?
Wait, what was it?
I'm taking peanuts. This is one of those things where it's like
the little tube packs?
however you want to package
Wait,
them.
with like shells?
No shells. Shelled salted
I was
peanuts.
gonna say we're talking Starburst
No,
cleanup, but
this
we're doing
is-
fucking
this is-
peanut shells.
No,
here.
no, no. This is not a ball game. This is like they come pre-shelled. If you
Yeah.
buy peanut in the shells anywhere outside of a baseball stadium, like you're kind of a crazy person. So
Yeah, they can sit on the table.
I suppose at like the lodge or something, you just throw them.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you have
on,
to
like,
be
a
in a
coffee
place
table,
where
they can
you
sit
can
there.
throw them in
Yeah,
the
but
ground.
if you're taking a bag of baseball peanuts into a car, like you should have your hard drives
I hate those
investigated.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would never do that. This is the shelled, salted peanuts in a plastic bag, and you just kind of pick and eat them as you go. It's a boring pick, but it's a solid pick. You got the little protein there, a little salt there. I love peanuts.
People are gonna make fun of you for this one, but like peanuts are like it's a good thing to have in the arsenal.
Of course.
So I like it.
It's better nuts.
What?
There's better nuts.
I agree, but I don't think there's better nuts for a road trip.
I agree with that too.
You
White
can get
Sox,
the
Dave.
you can get the pre-shelled pistachios.
Nope, because those aren't as good.
I know.
You get you get more of the rotten ones that you just like. You want to kill yourself when you have a bad pistachio. You don't get that with peanuts.
Dave, you're up.
All right. I think I can get my drink in the last round. I can go one of two ways for that, and I'll be fine.
Everyone's taking a drink, so yes.
So strategically, that'd be dumb for me to take a drink right now.
Why'd you do that?
I'm gonna go with Snickers for my chocolate. I was gonna ask, and I actually still want to ask.
Don't confuse us, please.
What would trail mix fall into chocolate? Because there's chocolate in it.
I think that's miscellaneous.
I would say that's miscellaneous.
Okay. Because I love trail mix. I could eat trail mix like fucking cereal. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Snickers.
Okay. I feel like the draft is losing steam.
It is losing steam because we got in that big to-do.
I don't think it's losing steam.
No, I
I'm
think
sitting
we're
here
good.
patiently
Okay.
waiting for my 4th round pick and hopefully that I fucking railroad you guys in the last 2 rounds of this draft.
Let's hear it.
Like, I hope you're slowing it down.
No, I think Dave had another good pick there, Snickers. So, yeah, Snickers is off the board. Carl, you're up.
Okay, in the 4th round, I have 2 picks left on the board. I have chips and I have ice. I have miscellaneous, and I came in here hoping chip at 5th round. Like right when we started, I was like chip 5th round because I just think chips. I love your Doritos, but I also like a lot of other chips. And all these chips, I think chips a chip. So with that in mind, I am gonna go chip in the 5th round. I'm gonna dance in the miscellaneous here, and this is where we're really gonna get miscellaneous. Go ahead, good luck, fucking veto this. Look at me, camera. I'm taking an ice cream cookie sandwich right out of the freezer, and I am scarfing that thing before the car even gets back onto the highway.
So, like the Chip Witch?
Like the Toll House
Okay.
ice cream
I know what he's
cookie
talking about.
sandwich.
Okay.
The freezer's always right next to the door as you're about to leave.
So Toll House cookie sandwich. I'm not vetoing.
Ice cream cookie sandwich.
Not at all.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Chief looks like he,
I just don't think I've ever seen someone on a road
Yeah, I
trip.
know, that's-
like,
That's my one conundrum with
yeah,
it.
like we're getting
No
up-
one in your road trip life is ever. This is our miscellaneous category. So like we're out of the.
I'm not vetoing it, but
I'm not gonna veto, but I don't think it's one of those things where it's like
it's
How is it even on the table to be vetoed when they sell
not.
this at a convenience store?
It's not. No,
I'm not
that's-
vetoing, but it's like the spirit. Like yes, it's
in
at
the
a
spirit of
convenience
the
store.
theme.
But like if you're like,
Yes.
hey, I got 800 miles there, I don't think anybody's reaching into the freezer for a chip witch for the car. And I
could
think
not
you
agree more,
know that
Chief.
too, which is why you said you're scarfing it in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Like,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's like the
you know-
first stop.
Right.
It's the first thing that comes out of the bag because it's a fucking
Yeah.
ice cold. It's gonna melt in my lap.
Exactly.
I've gone through this and been like, peanut M&M can last. Starburst can be with me the whole trip. The way the Gatorade plays throughout, you can have it throughout the course of like 4 or 5 hours. Like I have you're managing your snacks. You're just going to sit down and crush all these things.
Carl's going to be cranky once we leave with that.
I'm going to be cranky.
That brain freeze because you ate your ice cream too fast.
Somebody ate ice cream too fast before they came in here and drafted, Chief. I'm sorry, it wasn't me.
I don't know what that means, but Chipwich, okay.
All right.
Yeah, Toll House cookie sandwich. Yeah, my.
What's the miscellaneous? I called you and talked to you about miscellaneous.
No,
category. I can't go to. We're not going next door and ordering like.
No one's vetoing. We're criticizing.
You actually talked about and debated whether or not you were going to veto it. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I said I'm not vetoing.
My comfort would be it's just you're having the dessert first. You have to pound it before it melts. So it's
all of these are desserts, Ed. I hope that anybody listening to this in his hierarchy.
I know, but you know what I mean. It's just you wouldn't eat that first if it was like if you had it. You know what I mean. But you're forced to.
Yeah, of all the stuff that has caused us to pause and talk about like how does this fit in the draft, I definitely thought ice cream cookie sandwich of all the stuff we've talked about would generate the least amount of resistance relative to the stuff that has created any controversy. But
over Cheez-Its? Absolutely not.
Stand corrected.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He said he would eat it in the parking lot.
None of this makes its way to the graphic. So all of these criticisms about my competitive nature don't really matter right now.
No, my point was to just eat it before you have the Gatorade. Like, you know, you'd want your Gatorade first, I assume. But that's just
why don't we should draft how we eat our snacks next
poking
week,
holes in the pick. That's all.
I think that pick stinks.
You think it stinks?
I think that pick stinks.
I think those are good.
I think they're good, but I think the pick for the theme of
a road
Trent?
trip.
Yeah.
In my pick, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this is where I'm going to do my chocolate category now, and this is where I'm going to lose people, and that's fine. This is for me and for all the other people out there who enjoy this snack because it is good, and people who don't say that it is are liars. My chocolate is Milk Duds. I'm a big Milk Duds guy. I know people say the flavor's a little too tame, and they're just like, oh, I don't like Milk Duds, but I love Milk Duds. I'll get Milk Duds every time I see them in the store. They've got a little bit to them. You can't eat them too fast because they stick to your teeth like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not great, but I love them, and I love Milk Duds.
Someone check Trent's hard drives, Ed.
Hope you bring your own toothpicks.
I've actually never had a Milk Dud, so I can't.
No,
criticize
I'm just
it.
fucking with you. I like Milk Duds are fine. What do you mean? You don't like Milk Duds?
Not really.
It's just chocolate, right? Just milk
Yeah,
chocolate.
Yeah, but
chocolatey,
it's like
kinda.
chewy.
Yeah.
Like gets in your teeth.
It's caramel covered chocolate.
Yeah.
Right?
I
I
guess
thought that's a Rolo.
It's similar.
Is it a reverse
flavor.
Rolo?
It's a good question.
No.
It's chocolate, but they're like not. I don't know.
Okay.
I think
I don't know. We don't. I'll look it up later.
I
but-
wouldn't have drafted it in a million years in any draft.
Yeah, no, I figured, and people are going to feel that way, but I love Milk Dud.
Hey, Trent, way to stick to your guns. Way to be true to yourself.
Thank you.
Carl, Milk Duds.
A lot of work on the teeth, so it depends on how you like it. Like if you like working around it, it gives you something to do. Probably more of a chew issue than beef jerky, but it's a fourth rounder for a reason.
All right, back to me. I got 2 picks to round out my draft. I'm going to go sweet here. It's probably the only time I get them on a road trip for whatever reason. It's just kind of ingrained in my brain. But I'm going to go with the Trolley peach rings.
I don't even know what they are.
Really?
You don't know what peach rings are?
I don't think
Or
so.
trolley?
I
The
don't
bag doesn't immediately jump out to you?
Not
to me, no.
whatsoever.
What?
I mean, I'm sure if I see a picture of it, I'll know it right away, but I can't picture it whatsoever right now.
Like the gummy worms, too. That's the same brand.
Yeah. So I guess Trent and Carl, if you guys have any comments on it, because these guys don't know what it is.
So I mean, what I love about it is the like how it's the orange on top and then like the white underside, and then for other trolley like the Apple O-rings, they just change the color on top. That bottom undercarriage, as Prez would call it, like that white, the whatever that second bottom half is of the rings. I need to know more about how that's made and what it is made of. It's because it's flavorless but integral. It's like the best cracker anybody has ever made.
That's a good point.
It is.
I don't even-
It is
I have
flavorless,
no
but
idea
it's
what's
also,
going on.
I think, pure sugar.
Yeah.
It's just all sugar. It's to the point where it like numbs your tongue. Peach rings, I think that's a really a good pick, a solid road trip pick.
Yeah, considering what sweet candy's gone. Do you like peach rings?
Yeah, they're not my favorite trolley, but I think trolley is. See, this is when Trent brought up Sour Patch Kids, and I want to confirm all gummies are off the board now.
Yeah.
So all gummies are off the board. When you brought up Sour Patch Kids, I instantly went to Trolley Sour Worms. Trolley Sour Worms are my number 2 gummy. But once you start to get in that, you have apple rings, you have peach rings, you've got all these, like, you've got the Haribo gummies, you've got the sugary Haribo gummies, you've got all these, the Coke bottles, all these different variations. And I really do think Trolley for road trips, specifically for road trips, is better than Sour Patch Kids. I'm sorry, just because there's something grimy about a Trolley. And they only sell trolleys in gas stations.
I know, it's weird. It's the only time I get them. And you're right, it's a gas station. Gas station pretty
not
much
a vending
exclusive.
machine. You won't see it handed out on Halloween. You're not going to walk into
Exactly.
I mean, maybe Jewel, when they have like the expanded candy aisle, you can see.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of a chip witch.
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't know.
the exact. You got him there. I
Yeah,
love it.
Opposite.
See, Chief and I were fighting earlier, and now we're
But
allies
it's,
again.
it's crazy you two have never heard of it.
I looked it up, and I've definitely seen the package. I don't think I've ever had one.
All right, Trolley.
I mean, just criticisms flying around from guys who haven't had trolleys. I like a chip witch.
I'm not
and we'll see.
criticizing.
My last pick, I'm going miscellaneous. I'm going Nick Saban. I got to get Little Debbie on the board here. I'm going Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie.
I love them. I've never considered getting one for a road trip.
It's a miscellaneous, baby.
Never had one.
They're good. They're like a standard school snack. I don't.
What do you mean you've never had
Trent,
one?
are you new? I had a Pop-Tart for the first time this year. Like, there's a lot of these types of foods that I've just missed out on.
I think I had an oatmeal cream pie every day when I was going to school.
Yeah, that was just standard lunch meal.
The little concession stand, and they're so good, man. They're just so good.
An entire box of them was like $2.
Yeah, I'm happy with Little Debbie in the last round. That's my miscellaneous. Trent, you're up. You need, what do you need? Beverage.
I need chip.
No, chip,
So I
sorry.
need chip. This is another specific one, and I can't remember which categories we're allowed to go specific on. But for this one, I'm doing cheddar and sour cream ruffles.
So fucking good. So much flavor.
I don't know if I've ever had them, but
So
sour cream's
good.
like
Can I tell
my
you?
favorite potato chip.
That is the ultimate sandwich chip. Like you're eating like a cold cut, that's it, in my opinion.
It's a people pleaser for sure. If you are ever nervous about like going to a barbecue or a road trip, and they give you the task of buying the chips, and you buy cheddar and sour cream ruffles, you're golden. You're gonna be fine. Everybody's gonna be happy.
Yep. Great snag in the 5th round.
Good tip, I guess. Another one I haven't had. So
It's the orange ones, Chief. No? Okay. Carl, you're up. Your final pick.
I want to say hats off to Eddie and Trent here in the 5th round. First off, oatmeal cream pie, love it. Absolutely love a Little Debbie. Did we talk budget? Because if you're looking for one last thing and you're like, I have one last dollar left, you can get like 2 or 3 of those. And then Trent, I've been sitting here racking my brain because I need a chip. I think that might be the best chip, period. And it was not on my board. And as you said it, I was like, fuck, we didn't even scout that guy. You know, we went to so many of his games, and how is he not even on our draft list? So now I have to get a little fancy. Chip. People probably, this isn't going to be a national brand, but I'm going to take the Cape Cod kettle cooked.
those are the best.
I mean, to me, like, but I know I can't have the most pop, like, the fucking Ruffles cheddar sour cream hits so good on so good, and the bags are so big.
Can I make a statement right now?
Yeah.
Carl sounds like he's about to cum in his pants about the sour cream chips.
Dude, they're fucking awesome.
I don't know if I've ever had them, but I love sour cream and onion potato chips.
They're significantly better than sour cream and onion.
My
It's a
interest
top 5 chip.
is officially peaked.
It's a top 5 chip. Hands
I got to
down.
try these.
So I like
We're
Cape
going to do a
Cod.
chip draft at some time. I'd be shocked if it's
Well,
not top
I mean,
5.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna
so I'm taking
struggle.
quality here. I'm going with what I know is just an amazing chip. And I don't think I win this draft as I'm looking at the board.
Cape
So,
Cod's a good,
I love Cape Cod. That's my number 1 potato chip for sure.
yeah.
Those are good.
White Sox, Dave, you're up.
All right, this one's near and dear to me. We used to, my grandma used to have them in her fridge in her garage out in New Jersey. When we'd road trip out there, it was like always a treat. But the last few times that I've road tripped, I've gotten the glass bottle version of this. She had the little juice box versions. I'm going with Yoo-Hoo. It is a fucking perfect road trip drink, but you got to get the glass bottle. Obviously, it's all encompassing. We can talk about that later. But the glass bottle Yoo-hoo at like 2 a.m, you're driving through the Adirondack Mountains in like upstate New York, hits perfectly. It is so fucking good, and that's my drink.
The Adirondacks.
I'm not a Yoo-hoo guy, but I respect the pick.
I love Yoo-hoo. Just don't look at the nutrition facts.
I don't like it, but I respect it.
I feel like I haven't had one since I was like 8.
They're tough to find. You don't see them often anymore.
They had like the little donkey or rabbit or something as their guy, right?
I forget.
Jack Rabbit.
It's yellow and brown bottle, but like
Big
I said,
Daddy.
you have to get the glass bottle version.
Isn't that Nesquik that's got the bunny?
It could be confusing.
Oh yeah,
because
that's
they're yellow
Nesquik
too, right?
with the bunny.
Yeah, good call, Trent.
There you go, Trent.
All right, Yoo-hoo, off the board.
And it doubles as a great spittoon for when you throw in that post-snack hog afterwards,
There we go, Dave.
which is always necessary.
Mr. Irrelevant, Chief.
All right, so this is one where I knew I'd be able to get it with Mr. Irrelevant because it's like a very chief pick, I think, but it's something I always get on road trips, especially if you're driving like overnight. It helps you kind of stay awake because you have that oral fixation. So this is my chocolate pick. I'm taking Tootsie Pops, and that's what's a lollipop with the chocolate in the middle, the Tootsie Roll in the middle. And I think like that helps you. It does like you feel like you're dozing off. You pop one of those in and you just keep on driving. So I know it's everyone's laughing, everyone's confused. It's a great. You don't like Tootsie Pops?
No, I don't. I think they're
Do you-
fucking trash.
You don't like lollipops in general?
No, I mean I'm not 5 years old.
I hate to do this because we need to wrap it up, but I don't know if that's a chocolate pick.
Of course it
that's,
is.
That's
It's
definitely. I didn't even think of that because I was so focused on how shitty
Then you know
Tootsie
what?
Pops are.
Then we're getting rid of M&Ms too, because that's a candy coat on the outside of chocolate, the same as mine
No,
is.
Chief.
Wait,
He's
wait,
trying to
wait,
pull
wait.
a Carl right now. Is what he's
No,
trying
it's
to
not.
do.
I
I
didn't know
don't
what that
think
means.
any part. I think if you had a fictional chocolate scanner where you were like scanning something, I think if you went over a Tootsie Pop, I don't think it goes off. I'm
It
pretty
has.
sure.
It's chocolate
Chief.
with the candy coating, the same as M&M.
That's
I don't think
I
that's
veto.
what-
I veto.
I hate to do it, but I have to as well. The
There's-
integrity of the draft is at stake here.
Oh, now it's at stake.
Yes.
We're letting
wow.
Chipwich go. We're letting all this other bullshit. The whole
Chipwich is
draft.
fine.
What do
It's
you
a
mean Chipwich
bad
is in a
pick.
convenience store? It's
So is Tootsie
miscellaneous.
Pops.
But,
But
it's
it's not-
The
not.
miscellaneous category is to be creative and think outside the box. I'm not just going into the snack aisle and taking something that I would have taken my third or fourth snack. So like, if I'm going to listen to Chipwich slander, it's just tough, man. I mean,
But like this is a chocolate with a candy coating, which is the exact same as M&M.
No, it's not.
No,
you
it's
know what you're
Chief.
doing. Chief.
No, I don't know.
You know what you're doing.
I'm shocked that this is getting vetoed.
No, I'm shocked that
Fine,
you
I'll
think
take fucking Kit Kats. All right.
Honestly, it's a better pick because we could have let you have Tootsie Pop and it
Tootsie
would've just-
Pops are great.
You would have been barrated.
I don't.
Like
What
Kit
do you mean?
Kat's. Kit Kat's like a fucking tier 1 grade A candy. So it's us
melts
like
on
helping
road
you
trips.
out.
Actually, it's pretty
Yeah, that is true. And they're better frozen.
All right, so Kit Kat is Mr. Relevant.
This
here's,
is bullshit.
Here's,
I mean, can we just?
I mean,
my
this
veto
is
back
like
if you
of
want.
all.
We're not-
This is
we're
the
not-
lightest veto of all time.
Is this the second place hangover we have in front of us right now? Are you mad you came in second about the mascots?
I'll give him Tootsie Pop. He can have
do
Tootsie
you want?
Pop.
I mean,
I didn't veto Tootsie Pop.
I'll take my veto
But
back.
Eddie says the integrity of the draft out of the box, but
I'd take my veto
well,
back.
if it's something where people are just like, "Hey, let them have it," like,
Well, I mean, you guys vetoed, so fuck off.
is it blow
no,
pop
now he wants
bubblegum or
Kit
is it a
Kat.
sucker?
What's
What?
that?
Is it blow pop bubblegum or sucker?
It's gum.
it's a sucker.
It's a sucker, yeah.
Why?
I'm really.
Gum. Like
I'm
you're
really-
you're eating the gum longer than you're eating the candy
Fuck
on the
no, the
outside.
gum is the worst part.
I'm stuck on what is in the middle of a Tootsie Pop.
It's chocolate.
It's not
It's a
chocolate,
Tootsie
though.
Roll, which is chocolate.
I don't think
It's
Tootsie
crazy.
Rolls are chocolate.
I don't think they are either.
What are you talking about?
Tootsie Rolls are not chocolate.
I guarantee it says it on the label that this is.
Caramel Tootsie Pop?
Do you, Carl? Do you think he should have Tootsie Pop?
The fact that you guys think Tootsie Rolls aren't chocolate is crazy.
It is.
Chocolate flavored, so it's not chocolate.
Do you think he
That's
should? Do you think he should get Tootsie Pop, Trent?
I think Yoo-Hoo's more of a chocolate than Tootsie Pop is.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It's straight chocolate.
I don't know.
Fine.
I-
Kit Kat.
Chocolate flavored
pretty
taffy.
sure-
Oh, he's
Tootsie Rolls are
he's having second
There's
thoughts.
even chocolate Tootsie Pops. Like I don't.
Do you want Kit Kat or Tootsie Pop?
I would rather, like, if I'm being true to myself, I want to have Tootsie Pop.
I'll take Marvino back.
All right, fine. Tootsie Pop.
He just tanked his own draft. You didn't even need to. We would have handed him at least another second place finish.
All right, here's the rundown. Eddie, Red Bull, Doritos, Reese's, Trolley Peach Rings, Little Debbie Oatmeal Cream Pie, Trent, Sunflower Seeds, Sour Patch Kids, Code Red Mountain Dew, Milk Duds, Ruffles, Cheddar, and Sour Cream. Carl, Peanut M&Ms, Gatorade, Starburst, Toll House Cookie Sandwich, Cape Cod, White Sox Dave, Beef Jerky, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, Swedish Fish, Snickers, Yoo-Hoo, Chief, Monster, Cheez-Its, Skittles, Peanuts, Tootsie Pop. Please let me know what picture you want on the graphic, and I will have Ken Jack put that on. Fair?
Yeah, that
Please.
would be nice.
Fair. Please let me know. What I'm not letting you pick the picture, but just let me know what representation you want of it.
Oh, Chief's going right to the memes. We're not even done yet. Chief's getting ready to tweet out the memes. Unbelievable, Chief. Unbelievable.
It's justified. It's
I mean,
justified.
I don't know. It's not justified because you got what you wanted.
It's just
Trent,
called-
welcome to the trenches, man. The next couple days as this comes out, you're gonna really enjoy
Well, I'm
it.
gonna try. All four disagreed with him, but I'm gonna get all the memes. I'll take all the heat. Don't worry. Don't worry, boys.
I don't know how you can say a candy-coated chocolate isn't a chocolate.
Because it's actually a chocolate-flavored taffy that they color to look like chocolate and they flavor to taste like chocolate, but it is not chocolate.
What?
That's what. Yeah.
That's what I read here.
With the wand, with the tester, there's no chocolate in a Tootsie Pop.
Taffy candy that has been colored a chocolate brown color in order to indicate
Chocolate
its flavoring.
flavored. I mean, it's chocolate. It says it right on the Wikipedia.
Hey, I got a.
Hard candy lollipop.
Any honorable mentions here?
Yeah, powdered donuts.
Vitamin water is awesome.
No one talked about the deli is a miscellaneous, like going in for a roast turkey sandwich or something.
Gas station deli, though?
Yeah, out of respect to Jim Graziano. I mean, that's just savage move. But
Yeah.
I've been there 17, 18, 19, 20 years old where you're, I mean, probably even.
No little 4-pack of Oreos.
Those are awful.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just
What do you guys?
I thought
They
about
come in 6, by the way.
do that.
What do you guys think of Mike and Ike's?
They're okay.
Okay.
Meh.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I just thought about it, but I remember I put up a picture on Twitter a couple months ago of Mike and Ike's, and it was split right down the middle of people they liked them or they hated them.
I've become kind of addicted to Raisinets. I almost drafted
They're
those.
very, very,
Raisinets are
very
good.
I almost
I
drafted
could
those
eat
as
an
my
entire
chocolate.
bag right now.
Surprised Hostess didn't get a nod at all. That's very gas station-y. Convenience
Like
store.
little Twinkies.
Yeah.
It's
road
more
trips.
elementary school lunch to me than it
True.
is gas station.
Okay.
I had bottled water.
Gummy bears, Haribo, like you said.
Nobody took
Everybody
water.
got shit on.
I don't
Bottled
think
water's-
so.
Bottled water is great.
I love getting
You
a
need one.
liter.
Bottled water is like a mandatory. That's
Yeah,
you got to
that's-
throw
Yeah,
that in.
Right.
I mean, I drafted that one time and got roasted for it. So
That was a
Can we
baseball
draft chewing tobaccos one time? Because I felt like dip has such a place on a road trip. So do cigs. Because it's like, hey, let's just rip a quick cig.
Let's
I
just
will
draft
say
vices.
I had cigarettes in my miscellaneous. Just I don't even really smoke, but like when you're on a road trip with the guys, sometimes you just want a cigarette.
I was gonna have toothpicks as a miscellaneous, but then when we said dip wasn't allowed, it has to be a snack.
A toothpick?
I like toothpicks.
I wish you would have said toothpick.
You don't like toothpicks?
I would have done anything for you to have drafted toothpicks in the
toothpicks.
first round.
Oh, it wouldn't be in the first round. But
Candy items draft next week.
toothpicks are great.
And then I'll just say one more. If you haven't tried the Sweet Tarp ropes yet, they're fire.
I haven't.
They're like kind of new, but they're awesome.
Motion to bring back Trent. Love your reasoning, Trent. Some of the best guest reason you came in here so well, and you have experience in the category. So good job, Ed, picking Trent for this because I know we were going to do this before, and then we had a punt like we talked about. So like unbelievable guest performance from Trent. I just want to say it before we say goodbye.
Trent, miss you.
Listen, I appreciate it. Again, I said it off the top, but it's an honor to just be involved in this. I'm nervous about my picks, I will say. After Eddie did the rundowns, I have a favorite in my head, but I'm happy I stuck to my guns on a couple of them because I could have gone pander mode on a few, but I didn't. I stuck to my true self.
Appreciate that.
There we go,
No
Trent.
Casey's Pizza out of you though.
I have it on one of my lists, but I wasn't sure how it was going to go over with the group.
And it's like, is it a snack? But it's tough.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's tough. But Trent, like Carl said, you were great. Thank you very much. I'm glad we waited for your Rona to kick away. So
I appreciate it. It was fun. I had a good time.
Definitely. All right, everybody. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.